Hi, everyone. Thank you very much for joining this learning session on email marketing for MSMEs and freelancers. Email marketing is a big deal for me because, and I think it's a big deal for a lot of people because it is our way of communicating with those who get in touch with us. Although email marketing has transformed in many ways, that before when we talk about email marketing, it can be in the form of email blast, but now email marketing can also be in the form of it is now closely being associated with customer relationship management as well, because it's also all about how do we actively keep in touch with those who get in touch with us. It's not just about sending a mass email to people anymore, although that is how it was previously identified with. As technologies have improved, as expectations for interaction has increased, so email marketing is now gradually being seen as should be aligned with CRM or customer relationship management and with behavioral email. So one of the things that I started working on was the creation of a digital marketing playbook. In fact, we have a certified digital marketing specialist program. I only created that program because somebody was really persistent in getting one, and this is how it looks like. And as you can see, although there are many things that you have to consider insofar as digital marketing is concerned, from how can you make it as a business, for especially for those of you who are freelancers. It's also important that you're familiar with policies like consumer protection, privacy, sales promotion. Kasi otherwise, no matter how good you are, the moment it becomes evident that you are clueless insofar as policies are concerned, it automatically affects your credibility. One example, although it's not immediately related to digital marketing, I remember there was one promotion where people were being asked to purchase a ticket. Like, I think you have to purchase, like, I can't recall the figure anymore. Was it a 100 peso ticket or a 500 peso ticket? Parang it's like there's a course being offered that you have to pay this much, or you buy a ticket. Okay, so this is part of a campaign. And if you buy a ticket at whether 100 or 500 pesos, you can be included in the raffle and be able to get a chance to win to become part of the course. And it was advertised. So meaning talagang naka paid post siya sa Facebook. And the challenge there is that and of course when people join, there's a lot of email that ensues, no? Clarifying that we join, here's your ticket number, etc., etc., etc. But actually, the thing there is when you do email marketing to disseminate tickets, among others, those are actually running an online contest where you ask people to buy a ticket for a chance to win something, and you even advertise it, would automatically require a DTI permit. The absence of a permit um, makes the whole contest questionable, because the reason why you need to have a DTI permit is you want to make sure that there will be a representative who will be there who can vet how are you going to pick the winners, especially if thousands of people have joined the contest, no? And I think I won't be surprised if it has reached hundreds or thousands, because it was done nicely insofar as from a context of copywriting is concerned. So, and the challenge with email is whatever you send out through email can also be used as evidence when complaints are filed, no? So I think that's very important, no? So that's the reason why marketers, even though as freelancers, we're focused on how to learn how to send email, how to do SEO, how to do social media marketing or do CRM or put content on the website, you cannot ignore your responsibility to know marketing policies. The lack of awareness on that makes this whole practice questionable. Makes this whole practice questionable. Pag alimbawang parang mahirap i-justify na pang senior level ka kung marunong ka lang gumawa pero tactless ka o careless ka pagdating sa mga policies, no? So that's one thing that I need to remind first. Skill is important, but making sure that you know what is legal or not is a different thing altogether. Okay? So email marketing and customer relationship management are closely tied into one another insofar as this topic is concerned. So there are many technologies that can help marketers close leads and delight customers. No, um, but before I go there, I'm curious dito sa mga aspects na to. Would you say that for those of you who are into digital marketing, you're doing all of this? Can you, sino rito ang all around? Can you give me a raise your hand if you're doing all of the things listed here, or if you're focused on any of the areas listed here, can you type your answers using the questions box? Which do you think you are strongest, and which do you think you're still working on to improve yourself? All right, so let's wait for your answer. Although I must admit, although I love email marketing, pero ang challenge ko the moment na ma-experience mo na mag-customer relationship management, yung dependence mo towards email marketing has already lessened. So, medyo nag-iba na siya, no? So, depende rin, okay? So, okay, wala pang mga sagot. So, I'll just wait for your answers later on. Now, what technology can help marketers close leads and delight? Okay. Um, I think hindi yata marketer siya. So, tingnan mo, nalito na ako. Close leads and delight customers. Okay. Kinurekta agad eh. Okay. So, if you notice, email marketing and marketing automation fall forth on are on number 3 and number 4. No? And as you can see, CRM also ranks high. So I guess it depends on the intention. Yes, a lot of us use social media to announce what we're doing and to communicate with our customers. But these are all in the context of customer acquisition. The biggest part of it is for customer acquisition and of course for customer retention because it allows you to keep the relationship. Kaya nung makita ko rin tong chart nito, doon ko rin na-realize, why am I spending so much on advertising in my early days in social media advertising na halos umabot na ako ng uh, basta grabing digits na no, just to advertise. And then, nung na-realize ko na I have so many contacts that I can do organic marketing to begin with. Nag-focus na ako sa organic marketing. And of course, a lot of them are on social media. Therefore, that would be the ideal platform. But the follow-through really happens on CRM. And if your marketing is tied into your online presence or website, it can also be measured through web analytics. And if you have mass email that you send regularly, then you can also do email marketing here. Although mamaya pwede akong pakita ng sample ng email marketing through our GoToWebinar platform. And then other marketing automation type of tools. And of course, there's landing page hosting, like what we discussed during our web dev class, blog platform. And then there's also paid search, the one that we discussed the last time. So how about you? What technology has helped you, whether as an MSME or as a freelancer, that has helped you in getting customers and in retaining your customers? When we talk about retaining your customers, I'm referring to sustaining the relationship and perhaps getting repeat business from them. All right. So while waiting for your answer, sabi ni Elvira do sa tanong ko kanina, currently doing social media marketing. Ayan. Okay. How about the others? Ayan. So sa akin, parang ano to, CRM and social media platform. Nakafocus ako dun sa top 2. Of course, maganda kung magawa mo siya lahat. Pero kung limited ang resources mo, especially kung you're a one-man team, no? Especially for a lot of MSMEs and freelancers, sometimes it can also help that, yeah, you have knowledge of everything, but you focus on 2 areas where you can be really, really, really good at, no? All right. Teofilo said, social media platform as a freelancer. Okay, I agree. And at the same time also, since social media platforms are free to use and have a presence in. So I'll share to you an example on how we do it, although I think part of this we shared already during our CRM class. Now, always remember that it doesn't matter what type of messages you create about yourself or about your products or service. What matters is how those messages are heard, remembered, and acted upon. Um, and this can be very challenging, especially kung like if you are a one man show, whether as an MSME or freelancer, yung capability mo to respond right away to those opportunities, no? So kaya kailangan maka-respond ka kagad, tapos maramdaman nila na interesado ka makipag-communicate. Kung may gusto makipag-set up sa'yo ng meeting, makipag-set up ng meeting, especially if the investment would require a lot of trust, no? And whether that person will take action or not, no? So in this example, I'm going to show you what we did for the certified e-commerce specialist entrepreneur and professional program. So normally there are many ways that we gather email addresses. So the first one is through the chat, and when people chat with us, we can respond through those chat messages and interact with them. I've shown an example of this in one of our sessions, CRM, and how we do it. And then of course, there's the online form. In the online form, the person has to give their first name, last name, email, contact number, Viber, Skype, and their training location. Now, another way of doing it, for example, if we have a website, sino man pwede natin puntahan? Pwede ba to? Let me check. Kung lalabas yung ating... Yesterday, may nagtanong dun sa affiliate marketing. Tingnan natin kung lalabas yung drop down. Yun. So, ito. So, there's another one where people fill up a form, where people interested will have to fill up a form. No? First name, last name, email, phone number. So, you need to identify hotspots in your area where people can naturally inquire from you. Now, from my experience, putting a form like this will not necessarily, especially if it's a request for information, yeah, it's nice. However, my expectations for people filling up this form are very minimal because they don't really have an idea in the first place. You're just giving them information. And especially if they are consuming free information, more often than not, the possibility of them fitting the program, although supposedly they are targeted since they are interested in e-commerce, but not necessarily qualified, no, or maybe ready to participate in such a program, no? And unlike when a person visits a website and fill up the form, assuming that person has read what is said in the page, then it makes more sense dahil nandun na lahat yung information. Kaya minsan challenging sa akin kapag may nag-fill up ng form, tapos biglang sasabihin niya, wala siyang budget, o wala siyang ganito, wala siyang ganyan. So minsan magtataka ka ba't pa finilapan yung form, samantalang yung details ng pricing nasa page na to begin with, no? Pero anyway, the most important thing there is kahit pa paano, naka-build ka ng database mo for this purpose. And then information gets added. Due to data privacy concerns, I have to hide the information that I'm showing here. Kaya yung session natin on CRM, when I uploaded the recording, I have no choice also but to hide the column fields that shows email information, among others, for data privacy purposes, no? And another way that you can also generate email addresses. Kasi parang kailangan bago ka makapag-email marketing, kailangan makapag-generate ka muna ng mga email addresses. So another way of doing it is by running a lead ad. So this is an example of a lead generation ad. So think big on e-commerce, serve 25 million Filipino digital buyers online. And then take the e-commerce challenge. So yan yung attraction niya. 11 modules learning program to guide you in developing a business model, accept payments online, build marketplace website, and reach new markets. Yung pag gumagawa ako ng mga ads before, ito, kaya ganyan yung design ng ad. Kasi I was thinking yung mga fitness and sports stores, yung mga sports owners. At saka at the same time, parang medyo makagrab talaga siya ng attention kasi gumagamit ka ng comparison, no? Para bang you're trying to compare what you're asking to something else para mas ma-visualize nila kung ano yung pinapagawa mo. Rather than a guy in a suit and then naka-thumbs up lang siya, no? So when a person clicks on learn more, it will show them this ad that says request for more information. If you that will entitle you to receive the following: coverage, outline, schedule, fees, and enrollment processing. And then when they click on that, a form appears. Now, the nice thing about lead ads on Facebook is that the lead ad will automatically pick up information from your Facebook profile. And then, of course, once that information appears, you can also modify it and remove and change the information. Like, for example, if you want to use a different email address rather than the one associated with your Facebook account, you can change it. If you want to use a different phone number that rather than the one associated with your Facebook account, you can use that as well. Or maybe you don't have uh, phone number information or details on your social media profile, then you will also need to add it to complete the information. And once that gets submitted, then it's all complete. When we talk about the CRM portion the last time, it depends on the tools that you're using to gather. So you can use CRM platforms where you can import your content, or you can use email marketing platforms where forms that gets the information that gets feeded inside through the form will automatically become part of a database. No, and then if we're using CRM, like in the case of in this example, I'm showing Nimble. Although in our CRM session, I also showed Sendes and HubSpot. But for this one, let me limit it to Nimble. No, you can add a person, and let's say you have a person in mind, and you can. The nice thing about the CRM is that you're not just looking at a person from an email address perspective. So, like JM Mariano is one of my former students in the Certified E-commerce Professional Program, and his project at that time was Big Bag Fresh, and I was able to mark a star. Like in this case, I put it nagmark ako ng star, so meaning this contact is very important to me. I also put in a watch, parang bang watch na icon, parang inano ko rin siya na I have to constantly keep in touch with him. So the star is like reminding me that I have to communicate with him often, whether that is weekly, daily, monthly, or quarterly, or semi-annually, or annually. No? So kapag hindi ko siya nilagyan ng star o ng clock icon, ibig sabihin, okay lang, nasa database ko siya, pero hindi ako interesado makipag-keep in touch sa kanya. Pero kapag may ganyan, ibig sabihin kailangan makipag-keep in touch ako. The nice thing about updating your database is that it also reminds you to really keep into, well, say hello, no? And check how things are, and if there's any collaboration that you might want to offer the person, especially if that person has offered to you something before, then you can pursue it. I remember one of the reasons why I keep going back to Cagayan de Oro for quite some time in the past 3 years or 4 years was because of my regular communication with my friend there. You know, her name is Honey. So parang although we're not necessarily pitching on each other, kaya lang since we have a lot of similarities and we support one another, that constant communication allowed us to pursue further collaboration in doing sessions in Cagayan de Oro. So anyway, the moment you add an email address from your database, whether they were taken from forms on your website, through chat, through Facebook ads, the nice thing about putting it on a CRM platform like this is that it gives you a bigger picture of who your contact is. And that's the reason why I love Nimble. All of a sudden, sasuggest niya sa akin, oh, ito Facebook niya, ito ang LinkedIn niya, ito ang kanyang Google Plus profile, among others. No? And sometimes it will also be required to be validated by you. Now, when doing your email marketing, especially if you want to send an email blast to a lot of people, there are things that you need to consider. So, what is the detail of your campaign about? What is your objective insofar as your campaign is concerned? And then make sure that whatever email you're gonna send, it's gonna work. It's gonna be delivered immediately or be sent at a scheduled time. and it must be measurable so that you can see whether you're effective or not in getting the response that you would like to get. No? Including a report that you can review on a regular basis so that you can check whether the campaign has been effective or not. No? Pagdating sa CRM, kasi since every communication that you make is more of a leads marketing oriented type of activity, yung mga reporting niya is more targeted, like whether how many leads are you working on and how many were you able to convert. Unlike in email marketing, reports can come in a form of, oh, ilan ang nagbasa, ilan ang nag-reply, ilan ang nagganito. Although my challenge now with email marketing platforms, kaya hindi na ako ganun ka-excited sa kanya, unlike before, was yung tendency na pumupunta na siya sa promotions tab instead of going inside the inbox. Now, there are many barriers for effective email marketing. No, there are reasons also that even though it's there, why it isn't helping us that much. And I think the biggest challenge is the lack of strategy in doing it. No? Kasi pag wala kang strategy, then it will automatically affect the database that you have, whether there's ample integration or not. No? Do you have relevant content? Did you choose the right email platform? Baka naman yung email platform na pinili mo, puro sa spam folder pumupunta yung emails mo, no? Among other things. So, kayo papansin nyo, yung first two or first three are critical. Okay? Hold on. Also, another challenge with email marketing is that when you're doing it, there's this tendency na you want your email database to keep on growing. But the challenge of keeping your email database grow is that as it grows, your engagement rate also decreases. Kasi sooner or later, parang nag-expire yung email, no? Parang meron tayong tinatawag na parang wastage, no? Na parang may attrition tayong tinatawag pagdating sa mga email. So that's why I'd like to refer to Island Rose as an example. If one of our past e-commerce summits, how many of you have shopped at Island Rose? So I really like Island Rose. Nakapagpadala na ako ng flowers to special friends through Island Rose. Yung papadala ka ng bulaklak, among others. Kasi kahit paano, it's one of the ways to really appreciate other people, especially ladies. No? Hindi naman porket babae ka, hindi ka na pwede magpadala ng flowers sa ibang tao. No? Hindi lang naman siya, it's not an activity exclusive for lovers, but it can also be for friends. No? Now, the one thing that I really like about Island Rose is that Island Rose is actually an e-commerce pioneer. They've been there for the longest time. So, because of them being there at the longest time, they were able to generate a lot of email addresses in their website, no? Because of people who have bought from them or who have joined their mailing list, among others. Now, what they did is that every once in a while, they schedule an email purge. So the email purge is where people who have not been responding to their emails gets deleted to their email database. And kaya ko ini-emphasize yon kasi may mga tao na even if their email database may mga nagba-bounce na o kaya parang mababa naman yung open rate, hindi sila nag-e-effort na i-purge. Padala pa rin sila ng padala. And in the process, you are also affecting the integrity of your email address, especially if what you're using is a personal email. And as a result, even your personal emails may also go to the spam folder. So for Island Rose, what Dustin does is magpapadala pa nga siya ng email at sasabihin niya na, oh, you haven't been responding to our emails we noticed that parang we've sent you 3 emails or 5 emails, pero you haven't been reading them. If you still want to receive emails from us, please reply to this message. So kapag hindi ka nag-reply dun sa message na yon, automatic mawawala ka na sa mailing list ng Island Rose. Parang ganun yung context. And from that experience, meron din namang nagre-reply na they say that they still want to become part of the mailing list. Kapag yung mga talagang hindi na nag-reply, tinatanggal na niya. So yun yung tinatawag nating healthy na purging ng email addresses. And I guess also to address yung concern na as engagement rates decrease as your mailing size increase. If your objective is to always increase the size of people or of your mailing list, then it's important naman na kailangan um, ma-preserve mo yung ideal na engagement rate. Before, we love doing a lot of email blasts. Yung parang mga umattend ng events namin for the past 3 years, papadala namin sila ng email. Pero na-realize ko, especially with the data privacy law now, you cannot just do that anymore. Like for example, if you gave me your email address because you attended our event 3 years ago, you gave it because of you attending that event. It doesn't necessarily give me the permission to keep on sending you an email because we have related events. That is not implied, no? Parang ngayon, kung para saan lang binigay yung email address, kailangan para dun lang siya. Hindi mo na siya pwedeng gamitin beyond that. Unless you can prove that you were able to get explicit permission from the person who gave their contacts to you na para pwede mo siyang gamitin for that purpose. Another thing that you have to consider also ay yung tinatawag nating segmentation of email and the creation of workflow. So when we talk about segmentation of emails, this refers to people who might have opened yung halimbawa, nagpadala ako sa'yo ng email. And then, hindi mo binuksan. Pag hindi mo binuksan, kailangan padalang kita ulit ng email. Pero, kapag binuksan mo na siya, then pwede ko nang padala sa iyo yung second na email. At kapag binuksan mo lang ulit siya, saka ko lang ipapadala sa iyo yung third email. Pag binuksan mo ulit siya, saka ko lang ipapadala yung fourth email. So, yun yung example ng tinatawag nating email workflow. The idea there is para hindi yung parang nasa fourth email ka na, yung person na yan, hindi pa nga binabasa yung second email mo. So, hindi ito yung para nag-i-spam ka. Nagpapadala ka lang ng email, depende do sa behavior ng person na makakatanggap ng iyong email message. So, this is what also, the creation of segments and creating a workflow on how email is sent is also often referred to as behavioral email marketing. And this is where you aim to start a conversation with the user based on a specific behavior, no? So action-based siya, and it is sent just in time as soon as that action is performed, and it's also personal, no? So behavioral email yung kanyang, kaya sabi natin siyang behavioral na email. So kailangan may i-perform siyang action. Now, if you remember when we were using HubSpot during our CRM lesson, one of the things that you will realize when you're using HubSpot is that it can track a user's activity, website activity. So sa HubSpot, especially if you are a paid subscriber, although by default you can use it for free, one of their features na pwede mong gamitin kapag paid subscriber ka is if a person, let's say, visits a specific page, automatic magpapadala ka ng email sa kanya. Okay? Okay, magpapadala ka ng offer sa kanya. Kaya may mga email na, oh, there are still items, di ba sa Lazada and sa Lora, oh, there are still items on your cart. Use this voucher to get a 200 peso discount and complete your purchase. So, meron siyang mga pahabol na offer. Kaya minsan magtataka ka, uy, okay, ang galing ng email nila, no? Alam nila, nag-try akong bumili, nag-add to cart ako, at hindi ko tinuloy. Ngayon, binibigyan pa niya ako ng discount voucher para tapusin ko lang yung purchase ko. So, yung pagpapadala ng email na yon is what is referred to as a behavioral email. So, at any rate, when thinking about the email that you're going to send to your target market, whether you are an MSME or a freelancer and you're designing emails as a profession, remember that it must be what is referred to as a 5-star email. So a 5-star email has a clear, attention-grabbing email subject line. So, dapat, kasi dahil di ba yung email, nakikita lang natin yung subject, although some will allow us to see like a first line or first two lines in an email. So, kaya kailangan yung subject pala makagrab na siya ng attention. Kaya pag nilagay mo newsletter 1, volume 2, wala na magbabasa nun. Kailangan talaga may title talaga siya. Rather than having a generic email like info@yourdomain.com, hindi na yan pinapayagan ng mga email marketing platforms or sale@yourdomainname.com. Kailangan talaga person na siya. And I think from a psychology perspective, we want to be able to receive emails from people, and we want to have this feeling that when we reply, we want to be able to reply to a person than not knowing who we are talking to, no? You can also add branding of your company, like you can add your logo, and if you're a freelancer, if you have your own logo or what have you, you can also add it. Um, and then send your email to your target segment or the most appropriate segment. Okay? So, pag sinabi nating appropriate segment, like it can be identifying this email is for you if you are like this. So, para bang thinking about the situation, like giving them an idea about the situation or present a situation where they can think of, where they can think whether am I the person in this situation. No? And then have a focused call to action. What do you want the person to do? Ideally, you only need to have one call to action rather than having multiple call to action. Have a relevant image, especially if you're using graphical email. Although I must admit, I don't really use graphical emails. I'm more biased towards plain text. For those of you who have taken the Fascinate test, I'm sure you're subscribed already to the mailing list of Sally Hugshead. And if you notice, Sally Hugshead only sends plain text emails, but they are short, sweet, and very engaging emails. Kaya parang mas convinced ako sa ganung method. Kasi parang I've been receiving emails from her since 2010. At di ba nakwento ko nga sa inyo, 2 years ago, nag-sign up ako eventually dun sa program niya to become a Fascinate Certified Advisor. So, ibig sabihin, from 2010 up to now, I'm still receiving that plain text email and it's still in my inbox because I'm reading it. Because I know that each time I read it, she'll be saying something interesting, something short and sweet, and it's in plain text. I can easily open it on my mobile and be engaged with it. So I think the point there is you need to be somewhat consistent dun sa format na hinahabol mo, no? At ano yung effect na gusto mong makuha. So hindi to basta pagandahan lang ng email. Hindi to basta pagandahan lang ng itsura, pagandahan ng font, pagandahan ng pagkakasulat. I think bottom line, nakafocus ka pa rin talaga dun sa ano yung ginugol mo on the short term at ano yung ginugol mo over the long term. So, yung mga call to actions natin are usually presented in a button format, and then usually meron din siyang text format that parang follow up. Some iba nga nilalagay pa sa gitna, di ba? And then, it depends on the email. If it's a mass email, then you can also include social sharing buttons para pwedeng i-share. Pero ako kung tutusin, hindi ako naglalagay gano'n ng social. Kasi parang, especially if you want to make the person feel that the email is private, no? Pag nag-add ka ng social sharing, parang nawala na yung elements nung pagiging personal nung communication. So, I guess it's up to you, no? So, although what is commonly referred to is dapat may social sharing, pero personally, kahit na walang social sharing buttons, especially if you want to give a feeling that your email is parang personal siya, no? And then, nowadays, it is also required that you must have a link to a privacy policy, and then you must offer an unsubscribe button, especially, or you must have an unsubscribe link or button that will allow a person to remove themselves from your mailing list. Now, of course, if you're sending email via CRM, which is one-on-one, walang unsubscribe button kasi hindi naman siyang pang email blast. Pero normally sa email blast platforms, talagang mandatory yung may unsubscribe. Kaya pag nakatanggap ka, talagang alam na alam mo na nasa isang, yung email mo nasa isang email blast platform, no? Of course, if you have questions at any point, you can type your questions using the questions box. So ideally, you want to be able to create templates. So if you're using CRM, you can have your templates ready that you can call upon whenever you want to send an email to another person. And you can also track whether people have opened it, no? Especially if you're sending reminders, what have you. And then makikita mo kung ilan ang nakatanggap, ilan ang nag-open, ilan ang nag-click, no? And then makikita mo kung ilan pa yung hindi nagbubukas. So sa mga CRM platforms, like in the case of Nimble, since you're allowed to send 50 message, you can send up to 50 people at a time, although per day lang yata ayun, no? Kasi talagang hindi siya talaga design para maging email blast platform siya. Kasi every email you send is para bang one entry in your outbox. Hindi siya yung parang mass email, no? Na parang pinadala mo through the platform. Ito yung email mo lumalabas from your Gmail or from your Outlook. So ganyan yung format. So diyan mo makikita kung ano yung performance niya. So you want to be able to measure the effectiveness of your email, whether ilan yung na-deliver mo, ilan yung na-open mo, ilan na nag-click, ilan na nag-convert. So, kasama yan sa measurement. But of course, email funnel is not the only thing that needs to be measured, especially if your email funnel, like the base one, the 9,500 that got delivered, lalo na kung galing din siya in other platforms, like halimbawa galing siya sa social media o galing siya sa ads o galing siya sa website mo. Although pwede mo sabihin na i-measure mo yung effectiveness ng email mo, pero hindi mo mahasabing yun ang pinaka-source ng information unless the offer was delivered through email to begin with. So, ibig sabihin, doon lang talaga siya binigay na offer. Okay? So, yan yung natin na may delivered, open, click, and converted. The nice thing about measuring the performance of your email funnel, especially if you're planning to do a campaign and measure how effective you're going to be, doon mo rin makikita yung quality ng database. And as you can see here, delivered to open, which is only 10%, yung 10% ang parang lumalabas na ideal. No? At least 10% of your email must be open. At doon ako medyo nag-worry. Parang yan yung practice eh. Kung yung email mo mabuksan ng up to 20% or up to 30%, parang masaya ka na. Although may mga emails ako na the first time that got sent, usually when you send your email for the first time, magkakaroon ka ng mga tipong 50% na open rate. Pero as you keep on sending follow-up emails, yung open rate niya, bababa ng bababa yan, no? Hanggang sa umabot na yan ng 10%. At kapag talagang padala ka pa rin ng padala ng email, it is possible na from 10% magiging 5% na yan, no? Kaya kailangan very maingat tayo. Kasi you try to imagine, no? Anong iisipin ni Gmail? Okay, let's talk about Gmail, for example. Nagpadala ka ng email, tapos, syempre sa system niya, alam niya na itong email address na to, nagpapadala ng email to so many number of Gmail accounts. So, let's say you send an email to 9,000 Gmail accounts. And then, same email. Kasi may mga analytics yan for sure, no? Yung sa internal ni Gmail, tapos 10% lang ang nagbubukas ng email mo. So, alam na niya na yung email na pinapadala mo is technically spam sa kanya. Kaya pag tagal-tagal, spam folder na ang pupuntahan mo. Unless talagang yung person really made it an effort na pumunta ka sa inbox. Kaya if you are risking so much just to only get 10% of your database to open it, you might really need to reconsider your strategy if this is the way that you want to do it. But if you're really decided that this is how you want to do it and take that risk na only 10% or 20% of people are opening it, compromising your email address quality, then I would suggest also that using a different email address for this purpose so that your personal correspondence using your primary email will not be affected. Okay? Do you have questions insofar as the email funnel is concerned? If you have questions about the email funnel, you can type your answers using the questions box, or maybe you want to add your own inputs or experience in using email platforms, or maybe you want to share some emails that you are fond of subscribing to and receive on a regular basis, no? At hindi kayo nagsawa na tumanggap ng email sa kanila. Alright? Sige. So, before we proceed with the demo, I think ito na yata yung last slide ko. And this slide is from HubSpot. No? Yung pie. No? So ito yung mga kailangan mong tinetest. Okay, so yung pie score, potential, importance, or ease. So what do you want to test? Number 1, stop emails ending up in the Gmail's promotion tab. So apply best practices to avoid being identified as promotional. So ano yung mga best practices para hindi mukhang promotional yung email mo? Yun, yung parang may mga sale, para may offer. Pag talagang nagbebenta yung email mo, automatic sa promotions tab siya pupunta. Kaya, ang ideal na practice pagdating sa email marketing, what we always get reminded of is that we should not sell on email. Para bang we use email to inform, to educate. But ideally, we should not sell on email. Siguro kung talagang mga once in a while reply lang. Pero kapag puro ganun ang email mo, in all likelihood, promotions tab na lagi ang baksak mo kung hindi man spam folder. So the potential, importance, and ease. It depends on how important these things are for you. Stop emails getting marked as spam due to the subject line contents. Kaya, ayun, ano yung mga ideal na subject line? So, yun sa mga subject line, yung mga work from home, make money, sale, o basta anything na parang obvious na nagbebenta ka, automatic, mapupunta ka sa spam. Alright? So, yung isa, pag promotions, alata nagpo-promote yung email mo, promotion tab ka. Pag masyado kang salesy, spam ka. O kaya yung laman ng email mo, weird, like nagbebenta ka ng mga undesirable content on your email. Get email timing delivery right for maximum opens. What is suggested here is to use data and persona knowledge to choose the optimal email send times. It depends on you, no? But in my experience, in the past when I was sending emails, actually I'm quite effective sending emails on a weekend. And surprisingly, I have a high open rate on weekends. So I guess it depends sa inyo. It depends on the quality of your email. If your email is work-related, then maybe sending it on office days would be good. Although usually what gets suggested would be like anytime from Tuesday to Thursday. But their problem is that most marketers are sending emails on that time. So for me, pag nagpapadala ako ng email, sa weekend ako nagpapadala. And the subject line is not interesting or compelling in a way. So kaya as much as possible, hindi lang ikaw ang nag-decide on that. Dapat grupo kayo, nagbibigay kayo ng input sa isa't isa. The subject line must also be optimized for mobile para madali siyang basahin. At kapag masyado ka nang madalas magpadala ng email, talagang magbabawasan na rin yung quality ng inyong email contacts. Kaya it is ideal that we start with email best practices and find our own opportunities from there. All right? So one of the platforms that I am subscribed to is ito. Saan ba yung ating... So, si MailChimp, no? So, sa MailChimp, you can have a listing of your campaigns, whatever campaigns you may have. And then, you also have templates if you want to create reusable templates. You also have lists, no? Kung gusto mong gumawa ng listahan ng mga database mo. And then, mga reports, no? So, meron din tayo dyan. Alright? So, normally, kapag gumagawa ka ng campaign, ang una mong ginagawa is gagawa ka muna ng list. So, yung list na yon are people na makakatanggap ng emails mo. Okay? So, halimbawa dito, ano ba to? Sending ko ba siya? So, halimbawa, dati, meron kaming email database, yung e-commerce and digital marketing mentoring program for MSMEs. These are the people who have joined our program last year when it was first rolled out, na automatic yung mga nag-fill up ng form before, automatic nakakatanggap ng MailChimp na email. So, pag tingnan niyo yung stats niya, papansin niyo, meron siyang 30.4% na open rate. Tapos minimeasure din niya yung audience growth in time. And then, of course, over time, habang nagpapadala ng email, bumababa rin yung kanyang tinatawag na campaign performance. No? Para bang yung first time mo, pwedeng ang open rate mo nasa 50%, and then pag tagal-tagal, bumababa siya ng bumababa. No? So, halimbawa, kung gusto mong gumawa ng list, ayan. So, do you want to create a new list? Tapos meron din siya rito na pwede kang mag-subdivide ng isang existing list. So, kung mag-subdivide ka ng isang existing list, so pupunta ka sa isang list mo, tapos sasabihin mo, gagawa ka ng tinatawag na segmentation. So, halimbawa, ito tayo dito. So, pwede kang mag-manage ng contacts mo, pwede kang mag-import or mag-export, or pwede kang mag-replicate ng list mo, or magsasubdivide ka na isang list. So, kung gagawa ka ng special list, I guess it depends on sa plan mo, no? I'm not so sure kung okay pa ba yung plan natin. Kasi, I think pwede pa naman siya. Sige. So, kung halimbawa gagawa ka ng list, so create ka lang ng list, and then lalagyan mo ng pangalan kung ano yung list mo. No? So, let's say gagawa tayo ng list. Ito, kayo to. E-commerce and digital marketing mentoring program 2. Okay? And then, ang default email address ko, meaning when I send out an email, it's gonna be my Janette@digitalfilipino.com email address. Although, iba sasabihin, dapat di yan ang ginagamit ko kasi yan ang pang-personal email ko rin. Pero there was a time, kasi yung Digital Filipino, it has been there since 1999 na email address. So, nung ginagamit ko siya for mga iba't ibang email, there was a time na napupunta na siya sa spam folder. Kaya parang mas ginamit ko siya ngayon for my class communication, among others. Parang gusto ko masanay yung tao na i-whitelist siya. No? Kaya medyo maingat din ako kung saan ko siya ano. So, choose a verified domain to use in your to use in your email campaign. No? So, pwede rin tayong gumamit ng verified domain. So, anong gagamitin natin? Ito na lang siguro. Okay? And then, remind people on how did they become, reuse a reminder from another, or gawa tayo ng, okay, ano yung, paano ka nasama sa mailing list? So, you are receiving this email because you sign up to our e-commerce and digital marketing mentoring program for MSMEs. Okay? So, and freelancers. Okay. Tapos, ano yung organization? So, Digital Filipino. Required kasi na kahit paano dapat may address siya. No? Kasi part siya ng can-spam requirements. Kasi yung mga iba't ibang countries, depende kung saan din naka-open si MailChimp, may mga rules sila that they have to comply with, from US to EU, and to other countries who are very sensitive, UK, who are very sensitive to emails that they receive. Kailangan may proper disclosure yung entity na nagpapadala ng email. Alright? And then, pwede ka mag-double opt-in. So, meaning when they subscribe to your list, kailangan mag-opt-in siya to confirm. So, normally, I would focus on a double opt-in if the person joining wants to get that. And then, you can opt to receive notification if people are subscribing to your mailing list. So, ito hindi ko na siguro to gagawin. So, same. So, nakagawa na tayo ng list. no? So we can create a sign-up form or we can import contacts. So kung mag-create ka ng sign-up form, yeah, you can use a general form, um, or you can also have embedded forms on your website, or it can be a pop-up or a combined integration. You can also add a sign-up form to your Facebook page and collect sign-ups, okay, in-store or at events, no? So, pwede rin yun. So, pag tingnan natin yung mga general forms, ano yung general forms? Ayan. Okay, so this is an example of a general form. So, mapapansin nyo, marami siyang hinihingi information. Tapos, parang itong form na to, parang Google Doc. Pwedeng ito lang yung ipapadala mo, tapos fill up pa na siya ng mga ng taong concern, no? And then, you can already start designing it, how it's gonna look like, no? Ano yung mga isasama mong information at hindi mo isasama na information. So, for example, we want to remove yung address, then we can delete that. Okay. So, ano lang siya? Email address, first name, last name, and phone number. Alright? Now, kung maglalagay tayo ng address, ayan. Kaya lang yung address niya kasi medyo mahaba, no? Parang wala siya yung address na ano lang eh. Hindi ba pwedeng city lang? No? So, talagang hinihingi niya buo. So, yun ang challenge ko lang, no? Parang medyo kulang sa flexibility itong form na to. Kaya, usually, hindi ito yung ginagamit natin. Pero at least nakita niyo kung anong itsura niya, no? So, i-cancel natin to. So, balik. You can also create embedded forms. So, embedded forms, to click this one. So, pag nakuha mo na siya, ayan, ika-copy-paste mo na lang yung code. Tapos, kung meron kang mga, I think, yan. So, napapansin nyo, nakalagay na rito yung mga fields niya. So, kung halimbawa may mga fields ka na ayaw, like halimbawa, ayaw mo yung subject, pero gusto mo magkaroon ng city, di pwede mo tanggalin yung buong address na components, no? So, yan. May classic, super slim. So, yung super slim niya, email address lang. Horizontal, naked. Yung naked niya na siya. Advanced. So, ito yung classic. So, it depends sa inyo kung ano yung gusto nyo na format. So halimbawa, pag MailChimp ka, pwede ka mag-include ng money rewards na link. This is where people join MailChimp. Meron ka, parang affiliate program siya na makakakuha ka ng 1 month na free subscription. Yun yung idea niya. No? Ngayon, papansin nyo, hindi natin ito may edit. Kaya yan na talaga yan. Alright? And then, may pop-up. Ito yung mga lumalabas sa website. Or you can also use yung tinatawag nilang form integration. So, form integration, pag meron kang mga ibang ginagamit na site, yan, pwede siya mag-integrate siya. So, let's say you're using Squarespace, then pwede ka mag-add ng sign-up form to your Squarespace site. Or you can create a Woohoo form that adds subscribers to your MailChimp mailing list. Okay, so that's one way to do it. So, yan yung kapag nakagawa ka na nung tinatawag nating mailing list. Another way to do it is pwede ka mag-import ng contacts. Now, kapag nag-import ka ng contacts, you can upload a CSV file or you can copy-paste. Maraming gumagawa nito yung nag-i-import sila ng mailing list. Pero tandaan nyo na yung subscription nyo sa MailChimp is dependent on the number of people in your mailing list. So, the more email addresses that you have on your MailChimp account, the higher the amount that you're gonna pay for, you will pay for. Kaya, kailangan, huwag kayo basta add ng add. Tapos, kung talagang wala na kayong communication, wala na kayong parang correspondence, then pag-isipan nyo kung dapat ba kayong mag-add ng tao dun sa inyong MailChimp na account. No? Kaya kailangan meron ding reason kung bakit natin siya mini-maintain ng ganun-ganun lang. Alright? And then you can also copy-paste from file. So, copy-paste contacts from Excel. So, madalas sa atin, gumagamit tayo ng mga Excel file or CSV or tab delimited file. So, kapag halimbawa ang sinabi niyong copy-paste from file siya, ayan. So, pwede mo nang i-paste yung subscriber information. So, mapansin nyo yung format, email address, first name, last name, phone number, address. Okay? So may nakalagay na siya dito. If you import more than 274 new subscribers, we'll upgrade your billing plan to accommodate them. To revert your previous billing plan, undo your list import before you send. Okay? Tapos, sabi rin niya, duplicate addresses will be removed. We do not send confirmation emails to imported addresses and trust that you've gathered proper permission. Kaya kapag halimbawa maraming nag-comment na spam ka, diba pwede yung mga tao pwede mag-notify ng spam. Then, kapag I think may maabot sila na certain threshold, masususpend ang account mo. Kaya mag-ingat tayo kapag nag-import tayo ng mailing list tapos papadalan natin sila ng email. Alright? So, we should not be doing. Kaya we have to be more cautious, no, before just sending out any emails. Alright? Dati pa nagde-demo ako nito. Larga lang ng larga eh. Kaya lang ngayon kasi may data privacy law na kaya hindi ka basta-basta makakapagpadala, no? Now, next, gagawa na tayo ng campaign. So let's say we want to create a campaign. So what do you want to create? Create an email, create an ad, or create a landing page. So pansin nyo ngayon, parang meron na siyang tatlong variation ngayon, no? Dati wala nang ganyan eh. So halimbawa, ano tong page? Bago yata yan, no? So collect email address in exchange for a giveaway or free download, or invite people to join your list by announcing a pre-sale. So pwede kang palang gumawa na ng landing page ngayon through MailChimp. So, yan. So pwede kang gumawa kung gusto mo. Pwede ka rin gumawa ng product page. Okay? So kung gusto mo mag-introduce ng collection, pwede ka rin mag-create ng ad, reach specific contacts or find new ones with Facebook and Instagram ads. Combine your MailChimp list data, demographic, and interest targeting for a 1-2 punch. So, ibig sabihin, yung ad mo, pwedeng ang makakakita lang, pwedeng yung makakakita ng ad mo ay yung pwedeng nasa database mo na. Alright? So, tinatawag natin targeted na email. Or if you just want to create an email, then that's it. Create an email. So it can be a regular email or an automated email. So an automated email, ito yung sinasabi nating may process. Like halimbawa, pwedeng mag-welcome ka ng new subscribers, mag-share ka lang ng blog updates. Okay? So pag share blog updates, ibig sabihin, tuwing may bagong update yung blog mo, magpapadala siya ng email. Kung happy birthday email naman siya, then kailangan meron kang mailing list na merong birthday field. Now, kung gusto mo lang mag-welcome ng new subscribers, pwede rin new subscriber email siya. And then, ayan, meron din siyang e-commerce. So, yung e-commerce can be sending email to first-time customers. Ito yung sinasabi natin, especially kapag naka-integrate sa site mo, yung mga abandoned carts, yung mga hindi nagtuloy ng purchase. If you want to enable order notification, you want to give rewards to your best customers, especially if they've been responding regularly on your email, and to follow up on purchases. And then, pwede rin date-based. No? So, depende kung kailan sila nag-join. Alright? So, it depends on you kung ano yung gusto mong process. Of course, meron mga plain text emails at meron tayong tinatawag na A/B test email. A/B test email can be creating 2 variations of the same email to check which one is more effective, and then the one that is more effective will be the one that will be sent out as a regular email. So normally, kapag naka-free account ka sa MailChimp, ang magagamit mo ay yung tinatawag na regular email. So yun ang kagandahan kapag nandun ka dun sa tinatawag na paid account, no? Kasi pag nasa paid account ka, then mas marami kang magagawa. Alright? So, balik tayo. Create an email, automated, and then so, ano bang piliin natin? Okay. So, halimbawa, blog updates ang ilagay natin. No? So, let's say, YouTube updates. So, begin. Ay, hindi ko pala napili yung list. Okay. So, mapapansin nyo, meron siya tinatawag na RSS feed na URL. So, dun sa RSS feed ng URL, pupunta tayo dun sa YouTube, kukunin natin yung RSS feed ng URL niya. So, ibig sabihin, tuwing merong na-add na video dun, automatic, magpapadala siya ng email. No? So, pupunta tayo dun sa playlist natin. I think ito yata yun. And then, kukunin natin yung kanyang RSS feed. Okay. Napaisip tuloy ako kung nasaan yung ating RSS feed. Where to get your YouTube RSS feed? Okay. So, kung ano man yung RSS feed ng ating YouTube channel, yun ang kukunin natin. So, go. Okay. Maghanap. Channel external ID. Okay. So, may ganun pala siya. Kaya lang, challenge ko lang, hindi siya yung playlist na gusto nating i-track. No? Okay. So, anyway, let's say nakapag-add tayo ng RSS feed. Yun yung ilalagay natin dito. No? Kung ano man yung RSS feed na yan. Then, when should you send? Whether it's every day or every week. And then, at what time mo siya gustong isend. And then, what days mo lang siya ipapadala. And then, i-resize mo yung RSS feed. Okay? So, parang ganun yung idea niya. So, okay. Pag hindi mo raw alam, enter na lang daw. YouTube. Tama ba yung URL? Okay. Kunin natin yung feed. So, siya na raw bahala. Yan. Kaya mas makita niya. Tapos, maglalagay ka na ng rule kung how often mo gusto siyang ipadala. So, kung every week, let's say, ipapadala natin siya every Sunday, at ipapadala natin siguro siya ng mga gabi. Kasi parang pa nag-warm up na yung tao, papasok na sa trabaho, usually nagsisimula na silang tumingin ulit ng emails related to work. Or, since learning module siya, so maybe I want a person to read the email on a Saturday, para baka may time na siyang mag-start mag-catch up dun sa mga pinag-aaralan at ilalagay ko siya ng 9 a.m. And then I can resize the feed to fit the template. Then click next. Okay, choose tayo ng list. Okay. So, halimbawa lang for the sake of this discussion. So, pwede tayong gumawa ng new segment. Alright? So, ano yung mga group or new segment? 337 recipients match these conditions. So, date added. No? So, pwede ka na maglagay. Contacts, any. So, date added is after the last campaign was sent. No? So, kung kailan siya huling na-add. Or, is after, sabihin natin, December 31, 2017. Ang tanong na lang dyan kung mayroong magmamatch ng criteria. So, nagka-date tayo. So, pag in-update natin ngayon yung recipients count, so, yan na siya. So, 298 recipients match these conditions. So, ibig sabihin, itong email na ipapadala ko, magmamatch siya rito. So, ito yung tinatawag natin kapag gumagawa ka ng segment. So, imbis na padalan mo yung entire mailing list na 556, may papadalan ka lang na specific na taong papadalan mo. And this is referring to an existing list. No? So, yun yung example ng either magpapadala ka sa isang mailing list na buo or you're lang based on a specific segment. So ano yung mga segments? So often popular yung date added, pero pwede rin yung automation activity. So halimbawa kailan siya nag-start ng workflow. So ibig sabihin kung kailan siya nag-start na mag-join, o nagsimula na siya mag-participate dun sa campaign, or not started in workflow or not completed the workflow. Or pwede rin naman na based on contact rating, no? So, kung 3-star siya, 4-star siya, so ibig sabihin nagbabasa siya ng email, kaya maganda ang star rating niya. Kapag mababa ang star rating niya, ibig sabihin hindi siya nagbabasa ng email. Tapos, or padala mo lang yung email dun sa mga nag-reply. So, meron siyang conversation activity, meron din based dun sa email marketing status, at kung ano-ano pa. So there are many ways that you can go about it. There are many ways that you can go about your campaign. In fact, the tools now are so, how do you call that? Has matured a lot. Siguro dahil na rin nga sa pressures na dinadala ng mga CRM platform. So pwede ka na talagang mas mag-customize pa ng iyong email campaign para sa inyong database. Pero I would suggest na don't just send yung mga one-time off. I would suggest na talagang planuhin nyo siya mabuti. Kasi sayang kung mamaya padala ka ng email blast, tapos nung mga nagre-reply na, nung nagre-reply na sila, hindi ka naman pala makapag-reply. So, it's not gonna look good on you either. So, that's why you have to be cautious as well kung paano kayo nagpapadala ng inyong mga emails. Alright? So, lumagpas na pala tayo sa oras natin. So before I end this session, are there any questions that you want to ask before we end our session? So you can type your questions in, and then I'm gonna end the webinar already so that we can proceed with the Q&A.